Hello, patrons. It's been a long while since I've checked in with you. I just spent the whole last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, at an online conference that was amazing and awesome and inspiring and exhausting. so, I've been putting off my monthly reflection, so I thought that on Monday morning, when I don't have any client work, I've kind of slated Mondays as my kind of CEO day, sort of the day that I think and plan and, articulate business plans and futuristic goals for my business, that sort of thing. So I wanted to take my planner out and actually do my monthly reflection. And I thought I would use you as my accountability partners because, again, I've been kind of putting it off, mostly because of the conference. This would have been the weekend I would have done it, but just was too much input from the conference, and I had to intellect and think about it and process it. And also, I don't know, sometimes I can't tell if I'm introverted or extroverted. I do have very high empathy, so when I'm around a lot of people, often I just get that jolt of their emotions, and their energy level kind of comes in on me too. So whether it's an introversion thing or an empathy thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was pretty exhausting, but so worth it. It was the Publish Better Faster 2023 conference that Becca Syme put on. Apparently it's an annual thing. I didn't know about it. This was my first year, and I'm totally sold and will continue to do it every year. And I just became a patron of Becca Syme. So if you want to check her out, she focuses a lot of her coaching and teaching on the Gallup-Clifton Strengths Test. So taking that first, knowing what your strengths are, and then using that to, for personal development and just for efficiency in your work-life goals and tasks. So I'm a proponent. Anyway, I have a little bit of light music playing in the background. I'm going to light a candle, which actually the scent of it is pretty strong, and it's a pine, fig, orange, pepper. It actually says bah humbug on it, so I don't know if that's like the right energy, but anyway, maybe I'll change to a different candle. But for right now, that's the candle I've lit, and I have a glass of water. And I also have this amazing eggplant mug that was handmade by an artist, ceramicist here in Eugene, Oregon. And when I saw it in the bookstore, I totally oh, that's mine. And I have to have it, and I love it. It's a great size. So another author mug shot. But it's got decaffeinated English breakfast tea, black, in it this morning. All right, so again, I use Passion Planner. There is an affiliate link in my link tree, and I'll put the link in the text box below the video also. And my discount code, they change it every quarter now, I think. But my discount code now is Valerie, Valerie 188. I think that's it. But again, I'll put the code in the text box below. And I will also put a download of the worksheet that I am working off of right now. All right. Gotta get all set up. My desk isn't really set up for this, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to change into my reading glasses now. How's your month been so far? right, I am going to reflect on the month of February. What was the most memorable part of this past month? Describe it. So I'm going to pause the recording and I'm going to take some time to look through my planner, reflect on that, and write a little paragraph, and I'll be right back. You do the same. Okay, how did you do? I actually went one step further because I got into the zone. So I did 2 of the questions on the monthly reflection worksheet. So I'll go through both of them right now. I've also discovered that my pen is leaking horrendously and also simultaneously running out of ink. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe change the cartridge, or I don't know. I like using special pens when I'm doing this. It just sort of solidifies the import. It slows me down, and I just feel more joy doing it that way. Okay, so the most memorable part of my past month, I couldn't pick one because I never can. I wanted to make a nod to Costa Rica because we were coming home on the 2nd. So actually the 1st and the 2nd were both travel days, so that was a little tiring, and I always feel sad when I leave. So I don't know if that was like the most memorable day of the month, but I just wanted to put a nod towards my gratitude for being in the sun a little bit more, seeing my land again, and accepting any amount of relaxation that I did get during that trip. My favorite day of the whole month actually was a day that Ali and I took the dogs to the Oregon coast, and it was a beautiful day. It was windy and pretty chilly, but it was so beautiful and bright and blue, and we wore sunglasses all day, and the dogs ran and ran and ran, and it was just lovely to go and spend some quality time just by ourselves. And that's been missing, I think, in the last couple of months, and yeah, more on that later. Okay, and then we also threw a party. Our annual Wild Man party has been not so annual through the pandemic, so it was really important for us to have some sort of gathering. We ended up inviting like 10 or 12 people, so we kept it really small, and that actually felt really good to be surrounded by all of our close friends. So those are my memorable parts of the month and why they were important to me. And then I shifted right into the 3 biggest lessons I've learned this past month. I've learned that taking care of my finances actually does feel good. And I read this book that I highly recommend called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Something Polish sounding, but anyway, it was a fabulous book. It was recommended to me. I'm actually going through it again and doing some of the tasks in it, and it's really inspired me to. It's providing me another system that I can try and use that makes a little more intuitive sense to me, and I think that's why it's clicking. So I'm hoping that that using this system will help me be more financially healthy and just more financially aware, which is where I struggle. For instance, I'm going to check my bank balance today, which is a really big thing for me. I often forget to do it, so it's on my to-do list today. So yeah, reading that book was a game changer for me. So yeah, taking care of my finances feels good. So that's one of my biggest lessons that I learned this past month. Also, I can be creative with my clothes, even if my pieces are limited. Now, what I mean by that is I have a lot of clothes. Nothing compared to my husband, by the way. His closet is infinitely larger than mine by about, I think he probably has 4 times as many clothes as I do. But anyway, I am taking a 100-day dress challenge from the company Wool And. It's a Portland-based company that makes wool clothes. I'm actually wearing, it's a black tank top dress. And so I'm wearing it over this black wool long sleeve t-shirt, and I have another skirt wrapped around it for color and accessorizing and stuff. So I've been having fun creating new outfits. It's kind of a creative exercise for me, and reminding me that I can have a few base pieces. I don't really need all these clothes in my closet, just a few base pieces, and then I can accessorize on all those and have infinite number of outfits. So that's been a fun lesson for me to learn. I kind of knew it already, but this was solidifying it. And then number 3 is the space to work at home and at my own pace. Really infuses my days and my spirit so much with serenity and a lot of self-worth, actually. So I've been home from the bookstore for a month now, and I looked through my gratitude page in my planner, which is this one. This is the February one. And some of it's just a memory pages, actually, but it's when I look through those memories, I have a lot of gratitude, and I can see kind of at a glance like all of the different kinds of things that I did and accomplished and enjoyed and experienced in 1 month. And I often forget the nuances of the days and how much variety I actually have in my author life that I'm so grateful for. So, looking back and knowing like how much I've accomplished, which comes in the next couple of questions on the worksheet, but just knowing generally by looking at that like cheat sheet page that I did get so much accomplished helps me recognize that, yes, I have more days and more hours to work on the things that I needed to in my business, and not being at the bookstore part-time enables me to get more accomplished. But I don't know how to describe it. I just feel so much more at peace doing it here than trying to shove in a bunch of client work on 2 days a week. So even if, I'm getting more work done, but not a whole bunch more work done. And maybe that's because I'm sort of settling into things. Also, the entire month of February was really spent on like trying to get my book published and out, which it is now. Yay. So if you want to go check out from your local bookstore, You Can't Dance a Lie. It's my new memoir. It came out March 1st. So I know that all of February was kind of finishing energy and not maybe indicative of what like every day this month will look like. But at any rate, I do feel like I'm going to get a lot more accomplished with a lot more peace. And so I'm really grateful that I'm able to work from home now. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording now, and we're going to work on reviewing your planner for the past month, whatever system you have, Google Calendar or bullet journal or whatever it is that you use. Look back at your calendar for the past month and assess your priorities. So are you happy with how you spent your time? That's really the gist of it. And if you're not happy with how you spend your time, then what can you do next month to adjust that so that you are working on things that are more important to you? And by work on, I mean like that, yes, in your business, but also in your life too. Like, did you just not spend as much time with your husband as you wanted to? How do you plan to like change that for next month? So look through your planner and assess your priorities and how you spent your time, and what steps can you take next month to adjust that if you were not happy with how you spent your time. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording now. All right. I hope you found some lessons learned that you would love to share with the rest of us. You can put them in the comments to this video, and we can share in your monthly wins and lessons learned. So reviewing the planner for the last month, assessing my priorities, I would say, again, it was pretty balanced. I do want to spend some more time with Ali. And so the way I want to do that is by engaging him in different ways than we normally do. We slip into like watching a TV show, which of course, I still want to do because that's a way to wind down at the end of the day. But, engaging with him more in physical activity, going on walks with the dogs together, or in, if the weather's poor, like playing Scrabble together. That's different, or playing a game before dinner or something like that, or cooking together. So those are all ways that I would like to engage with Ali more. Also, he made reference to a couple of times that I worked really late in the evening, like 9:30, 10, and pointed that out to me. Said he hoped that wouldn't be a regular thing. So just being mindful of when I'm working. Okay, so what I saw mostly was a nice balance of self-care, socializing, and author biz work. So my self-care were in the forms, in case this helps you, in the forms of reading, resting, hot tubbing, finding a new chiropractor when mine retired this month. I joined the gym again, and so I started taking a couple classes, just trying them out. That's self-care, and I got my hair cut. So those are all my ways of self-care for myself. Okay, so we're going to pause the video again, and now we're going to be looking at what you actually did accomplish this month and what you're most proud of. Now, and write all those down, because those are the little things that get lost in the shuffle. I don't remember that I did stuff like that. And my podcast is just my podcast. I do it every week. Like sometimes I get out of the practice of recognizing that that's a big thing, and it is enjoyable. It's fun. It's something I look forward to. My conversations with Eric every week. So it serves me. It helps me. Hopefully it helps the listeners. And it's a piece of content that I own and keep on my website, and it's good free teaching. It's a resource for other authors, and I'm proud of that. So reminding myself that, I recorded and processed and edited and uploaded 4 episodes this month. So be kind to yourself. Celebrate all of the little things that you do. Keep track of them so that you can be like, oh yeah, look at all this stuff I did accomplish, even though it didn't feel like you got anything done. So let's pause, and you can tally up all of the things that you got accomplished this month and what you are the most proud of. Okay. I'm tempted to read some of them so that you can see like how granular I got and how ungranular I got in certain circumstances. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can just do whatever feels right to you. I would say the thing that I am most proud of, there's a lot of things that, I guess uploading my files to the stores and setting up my pre-order, I published my book on March 1st. So that'll be, for next month's monthly reflection. But, I prepped for that all this month. So I think that that's probably what I'm most proud of, is putting book out. But since I didn't technically do that in February, I was interviewed on the Sample Chapter podcast. That's always really fun. I always feel pretty special when I get interviewed. And I met with a prospective new client, so that always feels good too. I did good work with my coaching clients this month. So yeah, I guess I'll just leave it there. So the next question we're going to be looking at in our monthly reflection is, how are you different between this past month, which would be February, and the month before it? So how did you change from January to February? All right. I look forward to your answer. So that was actually a really fast one for me. All I wrote was, I was working at the bookstore in January, and in February I worked from home. That was a big, huge difference for me. And I was stunned at how many more people I could help in the month of February than in previous months in terms of clients. I had many coaching clients in February. I was able to turn around an editing job on a novella very quickly, and I was actually able to also do a rush job, kind of one of those in-betweeny. A past client emailed me and said, could you just edit this one chapter again? And she paid me in advance, and I did it in like a day or two and sent it right back. So I wouldn't have been able to do that, if I were working at the bookstore. So I just have a whole lot more peace. That's how I'm different. And I'm excited about how much more I'm going to be able to accomplish and grow as a business, from working from home. When you look at your monthly reflection, this is very heavy on time reflecting for me anyway. It takes me a while to go through the past pages, look through the planner, intellect on, think about how I'm different and that sort of thing. But this, who or what are you especially grateful for this past month? That's pretty fast and easy. And then name 3 things that you can improve on in the upcoming month. What are your concrete actions that you can take towards those improvements? And from 1 to 10, how do you feel overall about this past month? And then there's a little tiny end of the month checklist too, where you're highlighting some accomplishments, setting checkpoints throughout the rest of your planner, etc. So I'm going to pause one more time and go through those really quickly, and then come back and just do all of the rest of that so we can work on it together. So what you're doing now is, when you pause the video, who or what are you especially grateful for this past month? And then name 3 things that you can improve in the month of March. And, what are some of those steps, actual action steps that you can do to improve? And then 1 to 10, how do you feel about the month? I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I hope you took some time to go through that second page on the monthly reflection. I just told you all about mine and then realized I wasn't recording, so I'm going to briefly do it again, which is probably better because then I can edit for content and edit for time, because I think this video is very long now. So I am especially grateful to my husband Ali. He's did some outstanding, awesome, amazing things in February that I'm super grateful for. Like multiple things. It wasn't just one huge thing. It was like 3 huge, amazing things that I'm super grateful for. So I guess I can share them with you. He shared his savings with me so that I could pay off some credit card debt, and he took my dad and my stepmom and me to Costa Rica and paid for all that. So that was amazing, good for my mental health. And he also is supporting my decision to work full-time from home on my author business. So that is super amazing, and I'm so amazed. I'm just so grateful. I don't even have words for that right now. The 3 things I can improve on this month, I actually just chose 2. One was to spend more quality time with Ali, and I already talked about how I was going to do that. And then the other was going to the gym. So the 2 steps I have for that are to try different classes than I've tried before, because the ones I've tried, are too hard for me and I just hurt myself and then don't go back for 2 weeks. So I'm going to try a couple of different classes. And then by the end of the month, I want to have actually picked out my gym days. So I'll know like every week I'm just going to go to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever day they end up being. And 1 out of 10, I gave myself an 8+. It was a pretty amazing month. I have to say, pretty great. And then at the very end of the checklist, the reflection, there's an end of the month or checklist down here. And so I went to my passion roadmap, which I did back at the end of December. So for the beginning of the year, I kind of rechecked in with myself to see, why am I not finding this page? There it is. My passion roadmap. So I went back through there, crossed off some things that I got accomplished. So that felt really good. And then I picked out my game changer for the month of March. And this is why it's really important to do these monthly reflections, because it's March 6th right now. So we're a week into the month. And when I do my morning journaling, often I'll write at the top like what my game changer is, like what's the thing I'm going to focus on for that month. And I have a bunch of author events coming up, so I was just generically writing, prepare for author events. And while that's important and that will happen, once I've done this monthly reflection process, I realized that really and checked back in with my passion roadmap, really what would totally make a big difference in my life is to accept new coaching clients. And so I wrote down in the bottom of this is my March monthly spread, which I haven't done yet. I usually cover it with stickers and colors and markers and affirmations and stuff. So I haven't done that yet, but down here I've written down accept more coaching clients. So that's going to be my game-changing focus for the month of March. And I broke it down into the steps that I felt like I could do to prep for allowing the universe to provide, new coaching clients. And so some of those things are following up with prospective clients, that had a session with me and then didn't sign up for a program. So just checking in with them, giving a free group coaching session at the Author Life community, writing a new coaching philosophy page on my website, simplifying the programs and the pricing that I have on my website now. And then releasing this. I wrote this book years ago and never released it, so I'm just gonna edit it quickly. It's on goal setting, so I think it would be appropriate, and I'll just put it out for free for my community. And those things, if I can get all of those done in the month of March, that would really allow me to be in a really great mental and physical space to accept new coaching clients. So that's it for my monthly reflection. Yay, I finally did it. I hope that was useful for you. I'm going to stick all these little videos that I've done together and put them out on the Patreon page, as you see. And it is Monday the 6th right now, so that'll be done by the end of the day. Hopefully you'll get that and can start your month off with a bang as well. I do this every month, and I really would like to provide this service, for you too. So I think it'd be fun if we actually sat down and did it together too. It was kind of like a work side-by-side Zoom call or something like that. If you wanted to do this monthly reflection exercise with me every month, I try to do it the first Saturday morning of every month. And I usually just do it in the couch on my pajamas, But I'd be happy to do it with you if that is something that you would enjoy and you would feel was useful to you. So put your comments in the text box below in the comments there, and I'll see you next month. Unless you're local to the Eugene, Springfield, Oregon area, and my book launch party is on this Saturday, the 11th, at Tsunami Books. And there's going to be a band, and I'm going to read, and there'll be some easy like finger snacks and drinks, and then we'll have an after party at this brewery across the street afterwards. So I hope to see you there, and I hope that you comment below about your monthly reflections. I'm really interested in hearing what what you came up with. Anything that you'd like to share would be awesome. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.